Hi everyone, welcome back to That's Not Bad. I'm Phil, great to have you here. Today we are going to revisit Bob Mortimer from Would I Lie to You. We covered off part one, I don't know, be 2 or 3 months ago now. Really funny, and I have to give a big shout out to my new friend Heath. Heath lives in Greenock in Scotland, which I think is it Lowlands, sort of central West Scotland, I think. Sorry if I've got my geography completely wrong. But Heath has been on my case for a number of weeks to follow up on old Bob Mortimer. So Heath, this is in particular for you, and everyone else who suggested I get to part 2 here. So recollection of Bob Mortimer, really funny guy. Really enjoyed part 1 and the snippets of what he'd been doing on Would I Lie to You, which I think I said last time during lockdown I watched a whole series, and that series obviously had one of his segments there. So yeah, we'll get into it. Bob Mortimer part 2, no mucking around. Boom.
I always go, achoo, pussycat, whoa, whoa, whoa. I've always found it amusing. Achoo, pussycat. For the past 15 years, I have performed my own dentistry.
Oh, that's bullshit. No way, come on.
So, give us a big grin.
It could be true.
He said as shit as he whitened his teeth or what?
I know, you're implying I'm a bad dentist.
No, because even very, very, very good dentists sometimes get someone else to do their teeth. And by sometimes, I of course mean always.
How do you do that? Like, what do you do?
Yeah.
Well, no, the key to it, I don't do extractions. I haven't had to.
Did she realise what she just did? I don't think so.
I do fillings, crown replacement. I repair bridges.
Oh my God.
I don't do, so don't ask, Stacey. I don't do implants.
Oh.
I don't do root canal.
Do you drill?
I do have a drill I use.
You have to do a filling, you've got to drill it out first, haven't
Exactly, yeah.
Do you use local anaesthetic?
Yeah.
No need.
No need?
No need.
Why? Because it's not
What?
true.
This has got to be bullshit. Come on.
The situation in my mouth is I have one very long piece of teeth, that white bit there. That's
Yeah.
all one piece, yeah?
Oh, false.
One piece.
That would explain why they're so white.
Like many teeth.
Oh, I see. So that's false teeth.
Yes.
Okay.
Either end of this, I have 2 what you call crowns, yeah? Right at the end. At the bottom, I have my own teeth here. As my dentist says, my bottom one's a poppadom colour, yeah? And my top one's a pillow rice.
Who said that?
My dentist.
So this was some time ago?
No. David, I perform my own dentistry.
Yes.
There's no exclusivity there.
You still have a dentist,
Yes.
but you just don't let him do all the stuff.
Yes.
Why is your mouth in such a state?
I used to have 17 sugars in a cup of coffee or tea.
Oh, come on, man.
17, yes.
17 in a mug?
Yes. If I had 18, it's too sweet for me. So the crowns would come out. I'd go to the dentist. Yeah, he charged me 400 quid.
Oh, Christ.
And it's outrageous. And I heard this magic word. I heard him say to his dental nurse, Fuji 9. Yeah? Fuji 9. And I became aware that this Fuji 9, it's actually a luting cement, which means you can use it.
Are you sure he wasn't halfway through a Japanese football result?
You can actually use it. It mixed 1-to-1, the liquid and the powder. It's a cement, yeah? Mixed 2-part liquid.
Yeah.
Then it becomes more malleable for fillings. I found a way via my TV work to get hold
Sounds
of some Fuji 9.
plausible.
Once you have Fuji 9,
Why could
you are a dentist.
So what equipment do you have then?
All I have is my Fuji 9 with its little orange spoon, with a bigger end and a littler end.
For the different amounts, depending on whether you want the
Like-
50-50 or the 2-to-1.
Oh,
Fuji 9.
Yeah.
see, that's an interesting bit of detail. He's either very creative or he has, for some reason, dabbled in bloody doing his teeth at home. But I remember this guy being such a good storyteller. This could be just complete bullshit, and that's a good a good distraction with the ratios for the cement.
It's all done for you. It's done for you.
It's magic. It's magic.
And then,
It's magic.
it's like the cement is softer than your teeth, yeah? So I have a leather maker's drill, yeah?
Leather maker's drill.
Yes, a leather
Yeah.
maker's drill, because that has sanding fitments to grind it down. You got to check your bite after you fix the crown. If you get it a bit wonky, your bite won't be right. So you have to file the Fuji down. Oh, that bite's nice now. That's nice.
The other thing you've got to check after doing your own dentistry is your mental health.
Do you not need one of those special lights?
Kitchen island. I've got a kitchen island. It's nice to have a kitchen island, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it has it's the only place with a big light over it.
Oh, fucking
My son has a PlayStation seat that's very low back, like that.
PlayStation seat.
Yeah, it's a gamer's seat. And I put that on the kitchen island.
On the kitchen island.
Put it on
Yeah.
the island. So you're up high on the island.
Yes, because then that puts the lamp about there. And so you're the...
No, this cannot be
PlayStation
true.
gamer's seat.
Yes.
Balancing on what's the surface of the kitchen island?
do you know, I think it's Corian. It's very nice. Corian was originally what was used for autopsy surfaces. Again, so...
Are you doing your own autopsies at home?
what to say?
Bob, the dog's dead. Bring it in.
If I was to say this, the hardest thing is there's somewhere to hold the mirror.
I think the hardest thing is
But
to sell the story, Bob.
I have the most curved Indian instrument called a samashi or something. And if I put it next to me on my gaming thing, the curve of it, it's like a flute thing. The curve of it goes there.
Is he on a different planet, the
And over
sky?
there like that. Got the light there.
Oh my
gaming
God.
thing.
No way, man.
Hang the mirror
On
on
the-
the end of a curvaceous Indian musical instrument. Yes.
No way. Come on,
This is
man.
very specific.
So what's it going to be?
I just think with the sanding.
There's a lot of detail.
You don't sand your own
He's
teeth.
trying to make this story plausible. Why would he say the way I set up the mirror is that I tie it to the end
So,
of an Indian musical instrument?
do you remember Bob being on this show before?
And it's always true. It's true about the masks in Castle Douglas. It was true about him being able to tear an apple apart with his bare hands. It was true about the game in the gardens.
Well, look, whether or not it's true, and we don't know yet, don't try it at home.
Do you ever do extraction?
Disclaimer.
I've never done an extraction.
Because I genuinely had an extraction yesterday, look. You see it out there?
Oh, they've not used Fuji.
Oh my
So,
God.
what's it going to be?
I think it's true.
You think it's what?
I think it's
Oh,
true.
Jesus.
So,
Just with as soon as he said he sanded his teeth or sands his own teeth, everything else could be plausible. But you can't sand your own teeth. Surely to Christ. On the law of probability, I would say false. But he tells such a good story that it sounds very plausible.
is it the truth or is it a lie?
It is true.
Fuck! Come on!
So 15 police
Oh,
came
my
round
God.
the corner.
How did they react? Did they see the funny side?
Yes.
No, she wasn't facing them.
Oh shit!
I'm so
Oh my
I
God!
know that's rude, but I can't quite figure out why. Please welcome this week's special guest, Jonathan. So, Debbie, what is Jonathan to you?
Well, this is Jonathan, and when he was a baby, I used to pull him out of a top hat.
Bob, how do you know Jonathan?
This is my friend Jonathan, and I have brewed 3 award-winning beers with him.
Right. And finally, Lee, what's your relationship with Jonathan?
This is Jonathan. One Sunday, the two of us spent 3 hours trapped in an automatic car wash.
No. But it's never Lee, though, is it? I can't remember it ever being Lee.
Remind us what it was that you've said. How do you know Jonathan?
Because I have brewed 3 award-winning beers with Jonathan.
What are the names of your award-winning beers?
Yeah.
The one that's my favourite is called Kiss the Alderman. That's an IPA.
Kiss the Alderman, an IPA, yes.
IPA.
Alderman, is that a
Another
name?
one was a stout, and it was called Retail Park.
Retail Park.
And the other one was a lager, and that was called... Not now, madam. It seems funny now. That's why we used it.
Nah, he just winged those names, surely.
Can I just say,
Not
he's
now.
written these down, so I hope you can remember them.
How long did you two work together for?
About 2 years ago, I was in the field, Dion.
Oh, Dion!
Collecting some mud to go
Like I said,
down in the garden.
I was trying to work out who that was. That's Dion Dublin, surely. British footballer. Yes. I don't know who she is. And I don't know who the blonde woman is.
Jonathan, or J-Keg, as I call him.
Shaky.
He said, I recognise you off the telly, you're that Ray Mears, is what he said.
Don't know who Ray Mears is.
And we got chatting, and he said, do you like beer? I said, I like beer. He said, would you like to brew some beer? And
quick.
I said, yes, I would, rather urgently, actually.
Who wouldn't?
He's got a brewery, JPEG.
Yeah.
It's a lean-to next to a barn, right next to the field where I was. It's quite big, actually, Lee. It might be a lean 3. Got a lean 3. I went in this marvellous little brewery that I'm imagining. And we mashed. Well, part of the process is mashing.
Right.
You put a load of hot water in the cylinder, and you have to stir the malt barley.
Yeah.
And I did that bit of it. And I thought, I adore this. Is there any way that I could see this process through, and we could call this beer Kiss the Alderman?
What is the Alderman?
Yeah, what the
He's
fuck's an
an
alderman?
elected council official. Say, for example, let's focus in on Bolton. So if Bolton had a large Chinese community, but there was no representatives, the councillors, they would say, would you like to informally nominate one of your Chinese community, and they will become an alderman, and they will sit on the council and be able to represent.
Right. No, that makes sense. So we've definitely covered what happens to the Chinese community in Bolton. Back to the beer story.
Yeah, so it's the alderman. So we brewed.
Oh my God, that's random.
Bottled it, and it was the top beer in the Kent Craft Ale Society.
He's possibly thinking, what the fuck is he talking about?
What hops did you use?
Citrus hops. One of them's called something, and the other one likewise is named as well.
I mean, this all checks out.
You know what? The thing that is the hipster brewing beard. If you were to say to me, draw a brewer, that's what I'd draw.
That's what you draw now. It's very interesting. Whereas if someone asked you to draw a brewer 30 years ago, you'd draw someone very different, wouldn't you?
I'd draw you.
Well done.
We need an answer. So, David's team. Is Jonathan Debbie's magic mate, Bob's brewing buddy, or Lee's car wash companion?
Looks like a hipster brewer to me.
What do you think?
I think it's Bob. I think they're mates and they've done some brewing together, yeah.
Yeah, okay,
You
well,
think Bob met him in a field while collecting mud?
Without hearing the other two stories, it's hard to know how plausible it is, so... Could be.
Yes, yes.
And we're going to call our beer Kiss My Alderman.
But those names are dodgy names.
Kiss the Alderman.
I'm so sorry. If it's true, I'm sorry.
I'm not sure on this one.
Immediately appreciate why Kiss the Alderman is much more marketable than Kiss my Alderman. I certainly call mine the Alderman.
Very popular with the Chinese community.
Oh my God.
So, David, what are you going to say?
I think my team thinks it's Bob. Yeah, but let's go.
Okay, you're going to say Bob. Okay, Jonathan,
I've got no idea.
please reveal your true identity.
I'm Jonathan, and I brew beer with Bob.
Jesus Christ. But who the fuck calls...
Jonathan is Bob's brewing buddy. Thank you very
Where did he
much.
come up with those names, though, man? I mean, come on. Retail park.
It's Bob.
What's next year? Industrial estate.
It's apple pie tonight.
Is it? Since Friday, then? Following advice from Chris Rea, I always crack an egg into my bath.
Now,
2 years.
Chris Rea, fuck, now I know that name. He... what's this? Is it Let's Dance? No, I don't think it's the name of the song. Dun, 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 dun. I'm sure he had a big hit. British... I won't call him pop. I'm sure he's like a British rock guy from the 60s or 70s. Chris Rea. And he had one big hit that I don't know if it's... I'm sure the lyrics go, let's dance, dun, 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 dun. Fuck, I could be completely wrong with that. Oh, we'll find out, I guess, right? Anyway, so he runs him a bath.
Many of the younger viewers, some of my fans, who Chris Rea was a very popular singer.
When did Chris Rea
okay.
give you this advice, and in what context?
I was making a single for Middlesbrough Football Club's FA Cup appearance called Let's Dance, which I did with Chris Rea. And after we completed...
Now, when did Middlesbrough make the FA Cup final? That was in the 90s. Middlesbrough people were going to be screaming at me. Was that 95 or 96? Roughly.
Boarding, he popped me into the bath and there was an egg. There's an egg in it.
He popped you into the bath. It's been a long day. You must be very tired. I'll just pop you into the bath. So where was this bath? Was it at the recording studio?
It's on a little island in the middle of the Thames. It's as Rare's recording studio is.
So you've been recording, presumably, in a room without a bath.
Absolutely, yeah.
And then you finish the recording, everyone's very happy with the track.
Yep.
And he says, Bob, you look tired. Maybe your joints are aching this way.
No, it's not exactly like that. It's
Exactly like that.
I think we've got that, mate. That's your bedroom, that's your bath. I've popped an egg in there for you.
Egg in the bath.
Yeah.
He's like where I'm from, Middlesbrough.
Right.
But he's much more Middlesbrough than me, like.
And why would he put an egg in your bath? What was the
Yeah, man.
thinking behind it?
I've never found out.
You've done it ever since.
All I know is that I woke up the next morning and I have never felt so alive.
So, again, I could just be being completely drawn in by Bob Mortimer here, but I've never heard of the context of putting an egg into a bath for any sort of therapeutic benefit. Like, it's not like Epsom salts or, you know, an egg into the bath. Because that... I don't know why you would do that. Is your skin going to absorb it? You know, you might put an egg into a thick shake or a smoothie or something, but I don't see why you would put an egg in the bath. I've never done it.
Still in its shell, floating, or had he gone?
No, the white had dissipated. Does that work?
Yeah.
It's fabulous. It's fabulous. It's non-greasy, which is a boon, isn't it?
Is it non-greasy?
Yeah, honestly.
It's less greasy than water without egg in it?
Do you have to mix it up, or do you just crack it and let it float?
Do you know what? You get in the bath, even in the bath where I am now, and you get in and you really don't want to burst the yolk. So the white goes, but the yolk's there, and you move like that, and you try and get it to come towards you like that. I don't know why, but you just do.
Have you ever get it in your mouth?
You get it like that.
Oh my God!
Then you get the yolk, and I use it for hair conditioner. I don't know how much hair to condition the hair on my skin.
So, just going back to the original occasion, Chris Rea had already run you a bath.
I forgot about that detail.
I know, but if you knew Chris, it's just so Chris. Yeah. Do you know, the other thing is a couple of weeks later, he sent me a gold doily.
What the hell's a doily?
To dry yourself off.
Oh, is it a towel?
So, I'm just saying, these things are just so Chris.
Do you think that the way Bob describes what happened to the egg white, is that... He says it just dissipates. Is that
If your bath
plausible?
is hot, then you're going to have a poached white.
I'd have thought the white would turn white. And
Well,
you'd
no.
get bits of white.
How hot is your bath?
You know that
Your bath is hot enough that an egg could poach
Well, I
in
don't
it.
know. Your claim is that it dissipates. I'm asking my team whether we believe that it would dissipate. Because if, for example, at the temperature of bath, say 39 degrees Celsius, the white would turn opaque, then your story doesn't check.
Opaque.
Agreed.
Yeah,
Absolutely agreed.
I think...
What do you think, David?
I think it's fair to say that if anyone else had made this allegation about Chris Rea and an egg in their bath, we wouldn't be giving it a moment's consideration. Somehow, coming from Bob, it might be true.
It's true. I think...
You think it's...
I think it's true, because he's been about a bit, Bob.
No.
I've got no idea on this one.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think the egg is the
the
important
chemical
part.
analysis of the behaviour of the albumin.
I think most of us are true, so I'll go true.
One thing, please don't base
But-
it on the albumin whitening. It does not happen. It does not. I can't have a bath at 80 plus degrees.
Is that the temperature at which an egg white will
80
turn?
it'll start at about 80, yeah. Honestly, please don't base it on that.
What should I base it on, Bob?
George,
What are you going to say? Instinctively, I believe it. We're going to go true.
It sounds
Okay, so Bob.
so implausible, it must be true.
Rea, eggs, baths. Is it the truth? Or is it...
Oh my God.
Awful.
I was telling a lie.
Oh my God. And I've got to say, right, that's why this guy is so popular. He give him a subject or some keywords and off he goes. And I think it's a pretty unique skill. Yeah. And that's why he's so hard to pick on the show, I think.
Of course!
He's pissed!
He said Chris Rea put an egg in his bath. Of course it's a lie. It's obviously a lie. Who could possibly believe that? It'd be more likely that someone was stuck in a car wash for 3 hours.
One of them's called something, and the other one likewise is named as well.
Did he have a name, this hour?
We called it.
Did you? You called it... It's all right, you're upset, Bob, I can tell. If you need a minute, it's OK. But what did you call it?
Sorry?
What did you call it?
What did we call the owl?
Yeah.
Well, we called him Mavis. Stabber and Bagger. Jonathan. Or J-Keg, as I call him. Billy the Pigeon. Neil Overall, Jerry Dungaree's son.
We're recapping on. Was it the other part we did?
Hated him. So, and Gary Cheeseman would be there. The reason he was called Cheesy is
Oh,
because his mum
Sniper's-
used to give him a cheese. Do you know the cheese?
Sniper's
slice?
dream? Yeah.
To take out with him when we were hanging around the shops and that, because she thought it was good for spots. And she'd want him to first in slice.
Surely it's because of his surname Cheeseman.
No.
Surely that was part of it.
Do you know, Gary Cheeseman was a big lad, yeah? A very big head. Sniper's dream.
Tell us more about this cat. What was its name?
Its name was Goodmonson. It was a...
What?
Oh, and someone told me that Goodmonson was a footballer.
His name's Goodmonson.
Apologies for forgetting who you were, but I did see the comment about Goodmonson.
Monsoon.
No,
with an
Monsoon.
O missing.
Yes.
Goodmonson, what is he?
Goodmonson.
Danish or Icelandic or something?
Award-winning beers.
The one that's my favourite is called Kiss the Alderman Retail Park. Not now, madam. It seems funny now. That's why we used it. Michael, or Mickey, as you know, Mickey the drink. He's.
Why is he called Mickey the Drink?
All right, so we're going to do a recap on the other ones.
Who did you speak?
So look, I'll tell you what, he's actually just a clever guy. And I think most people at some stage in their life will meet a person like this who can very quickly think on their feet and just come up with an imaginary world and boof, off they go. And he's one of them. And I don't know if that's what he made his name for, or that's just a reflection of how good a talent he is that he can just wing stuff, you know. But I think I said in the last time we looked at Bob Mortimer, you know, he'd be a fantastic guy to have round at a barbecue or a few drinks and just come up with various yarns. So yeah, thank you to everyone who's been pressing me to get through this one. That was pretty good as well, and would certainly look at more of Bob Mortimer. So yeah. Good quality recommendation, and just as I hoped, so thank you for that. Wherever you are in the world, stay safe, take care, cheers.